So, starting right off, portraying a coach, a leader of men. I know that you coach your own children.
hmm
So, I want to ask you, what is the difference in coaching your own children as opposed to just being a mentor and a leader for children that look up to you?
I think coaching your own children require you to be unbiased of your children's um, how productive they are, right? Unbiased might not be the right word, but when you're coaching your own children, you can't show favoritism to them, and you probably wouldn't, right? I didn't, but you need to show them still like love, basically, right? Because you might, let's say you have your son, you coaching your son, and then there's another kid that's better than your son all the time. That don't feel good. You want to see your son be number one. When you're in the bleachers, you look at your son or daughter and you're like, you want to see them be number one. So let's say you're doing calisthenics, right? And your son ain't pushing as hard as 4 or 5 other kids are doing more than him. I'm gonna be more upset with him than I would some kid in the 5th place. Some kid naturally who just don't give his all, right? So you need to be prepared as a coach who coaches your own child to be stern in the right way, so you don't push them away, and stern so that they can be productive, and so that they can also be almost like little leaders on the team. Because if they're coming in 4th place because they're being lazy, you got them running around the gym, and they coming in 4th, 5th place every time they run. It's like, hit the brakes. You my son or my daughter, you can't come in 3rd and 4th place because I'm like number one here. I'm the authority over here. You got to be so tight. If you came in 4th place, it's because 3 people beat you, not because you just didn't give your all, right? So you learn a lot about your kid when you coach them, okay? It's different than anything else because you have to show like a non-favoritism type role, and at the same time you do favor them. You definitely favor them, okay? So how do you do that? It's a juggling act and a balancing act. I feel like Coach Dru was able to find that at some point.
So the interesting thing about Coach Drew that you bring up is that he is coaching his son, but obviously at some point he realized that LeBron was the one that could potentially go the furthest out of the group. And so what things did you learn about portraying this role about leadership and about still keeping, people motivated in a situation where there is definitely someone that is standing out, but it is a team sport. And, these are lessons that will carry on into their lives and play out in other ways.
I think part of the reason why LeBron stood out is due to Coach Dru Joyce. His coach was around him at a single digit age, right? So he has something to do with raising LeBron James. It's one thing to coach, but he has something to do with imparting ideologies into a young man's thinking process. And to see him evolve, to stay poised, to stay a decision maker who makes decisions at least most 90% of the time the right way, right? Um, it has to feel really good for him to be that way. But I think that's something you discover in the process. I don't think you know what's going to happen. You can't assume LeBron is coming. He about to be the number one in the world. You don't know if he's going to be able to play at all. So you really approach it generically at first until LeBron or some star on the team becomes that. You're just nurturing them. Okay, you guys are good. Oh, well, the whole world's looking now. This kid is more than good. He's, out of here, right? So how to deal with that is unique to Coach Dru because, Coach Dru had to deal with that uh, in this era where, TV lights was on him, and then right after that, social media, and it's unique, There's only 2 people like LeBron or one other person, and it's Michael Jordan. There's only 2 people you talk about who are the GOATs, right? There's really only 2. Now, you could talk about them other guys, but they're way down. You want to talk about Magic Johnson? Yes, he's great. Larry Bird? No, there's a lot. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Listen, the list is long. But Michael Jordan and LeBron James, if all you could put was 2 faces on the Rushmore, it'd be them. Well,
Okay.
maybe not with you. Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from LA, so Magic, A little bit
This
of
is my
Kobe.
time. Okay, I get it.
So,
Kobe, Matt, you're right. Okay, listen, there you
Magic,
go.
Magic,
Right?
Magic, and LeBron. They're parallel
Subjective.
on a lot of levels that we will talk about at another time.
Magic and LeBron? You can't be
They
serious.
are because of the teamwork, the point guard aspect, the AAU, the court vision,
No, you're right. No, listen, you're right. You're right. You're
business.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I would agree with that. You're right.
As an
You're right.
LA basketball fan. Thank you so much for your time. I would love to talk more basketball with you. We can have an
Man, we
extended.
got to make that happen. We got to make it happen.